afternoon. We're here with Mr. Reese, the General Manager of the Falmouth Harbour Marina. And Mr. Reese is going to introduce himself to you and let you know what position he holds at this marina.
Okay, thank you. My name is Bobby Reese. I'm the General Manager of Falmouth Harbour Marina. I've been here since May 1, 2011, so it's coming up on 7 years. This marina was established in 1994, and it's a unique marina in terms of Antigua because it's all owned by indigenous Antiguans. People may have heard the Prime Minister, Gaston Browne, in recent times calling on Antiguans to come together, pool their money, their resources, and to go into business together. Well, this is exactly what happened here more than 24 years ago, because even though the company was formed 24 years ago, the planning took some years before that. And a group, as I said, of indigenous Antiguans, some of them from the yachting community, got together, put up their money, and started this marina. Now, in order for them to start this marina, land had to be reclaimed from the sea. So in fact, where we're sitting right now is reclaimed land, because the sea used to be all the way up to the road. So there was a lot of dredging and reclaiming of land done in order to make this marina a reality. We like to believe that this is probably the premier mega yacht marina in the Caribbean, and for a number of reasons. Sir Hugh Bailey, who was one of our majority shareholders and was also the general manager here for the first 15 years. Sir Hugh, having been a captain of vessels around the world, knew exactly what he wanted when he built a marina, because, you know, as he sailed into marinas around the world, there were things that annoyed him, there were things that he didn't like, there were things that he felt that marina should have offered. And so in the construction of this marina, all of that was taken into account, because it was being put together by people who were experienced mariners. As a result of that, you will notice that we have wide concrete docks, a rare sight with marinas which are normally built of lumber. And this facilitates, because we're a mega yacht marina, which means we're catering to rich people, facilitates the limousines being able to go right down to the yacht and the VIP coming out. It means they don't have to stop and walk in. It also facilitates the delivery of goods and services direct to the marinas, to the super yachts.
Okay, Mr. Reese, one question. How many yachts can the marina hold at a time?
Well, it depends on the size of the yachts, right? We can go up to possibly 70, but it depends on the size of the yachts. You will appreciate that if we have a lot of 300-foot boats, 200-foot boats, 175-foot boats, then it cuts down on the amount of yachts that you can accommodate. What also plays a part in that is the depth coming in, because if, for instance, well, we call it draft, which basically is how deep the boat sits in the water. So let's say, for instance, inside here, where we have a depth of 9 feet, we couldn't bring a boat in here with a draft of, say, 10 feet because it would touch the bottom. So there are lots of factors that determine how many boats we can accommodate. Sometimes, for instance, the inside of the marina, where we only have a depth of 9 feet, is empty, but there are people out there who are looking for berths, and we can't accommodate them because you know, the boat may be carrying a draft of 10 feet, 15 feet, 22 feet. Where the big yachts are, on this main marina here, the super yachts, the really big ones, they're carrying a draft of possibly 20 feet. So the depth there on that the main dock right here, where this big boat is, the draft there is 22 feet, right? So what that means is that if the vessel is sinking 20 feet, it has 2 feet that it can play with. But if we try to bring, let's say, a 24-foot, a boat that is carrying a draft of 24 feet, it means that it will touch and it won't come in. So as I said, it depends on the sizes of boats that we have and the drafts that they're drawing in order to be able to accommodate. But ideally, we can probably take about 65.
Okay, what type of business is it?
Well, again, because this marina is owned by locals, their vision going back 25 years was that the community, the village would develop around this marina, and work would be created for locals, and that locals would get involved in this industry. As a result of that, we do the very basics here at the marina. Obviously we make revenue on berthing, so that when a boat parks on the marina, he pays to park there. Just like a hotel, it's like a hotel room. And the charge is based on the length of the boat, so we charge them per foot. So if it's a 100-foot boat, and let's say it's $3 a foot, then they pay 3 by 2, $600 a night or whatever, right? In addition to paying that, we also supply them with water, electricity, and fuel. Now again, this is where this marina is unique. We can supply water, electricity, and fuel anywhere on these docks. In many marinas around the world, around the Caribbean, they would have a fuel dock, so that if the boat needs fuel, it would have to leave from where it's parked, where it's berthed, and come around to the fuel dock to get their fuel. Here at Falmouth Harbour Marina, we can fuel the boats exactly where they are, so they don't have to move. So we do the 4 basic things, and we therefore, as I said, we encourage locals to get involved in the industry. We could have gotten involved in varnishing. We could have gotten involved in painting. We could have gotten involved in employing the dock workers who go on the boats and work. We could have opened a restaurant. We could have opened a chandlery to be selling spare parts. But that was not the aim. The aim of the shareholders of this marina was to see locals develop and get involved, was for us to serve as a catalyst for the community to develop around us.
So what basically is the price? Would you give me a rough figure of the price?
Well, the price varies. We have one price for the winter season, and we have another price for the off-season. Unfortunately, the off-season we don't see any business, because this particular marina, because we are built as a super yacht marina, we actually share the calendar year with Europe, with the Mediterranean. Because what happens is that when their summer is on, all the boats are there, and when their winter is on, the boats are here. So that we know that there's very little we can do to extend the season. The season runs from like around the 3rd week of November to the end of May, to the middle of May. Additionally, because of all the hurricanes in the late 90s, and now of course this year with the Category 5s, the mega yachts cannot get insurance to be in the Caribbean because of hurricanes. And so if they're not able to secure insurance, they're not going to come to the Caribbean because of the threat of hurricanes, right? But the rates vary, and there are 2 different rates, right? There is a rate for alongside, which is if the boat is alongside the dock like this. That is double to if the boat is stern to, if it just comes in like this and it's tied up here, right? The rate, if it is, I think the current rate, because we've just changed our rates, the current rate is $320 per foot alongside, and $160 if it's stern to. So there are 2 different rates.
So is that in EC or in
US? And as I said, this marina creates work for maybe 100, 150 locals who get work throughout the season, maybe more. And then of course you have all of the other ancillary industries that make money out of this industry being here. The crews eat out every night, which means the restaurants are making money. The younger crew eat out and party every night, which means the discos or the clubs are making money. They rent cars, they use taxis, they shop.
Okay, for the last one, what advice would you give to persons who would like to start their own business?
To start their own business? I think the first thing is that you have to love what business you're getting into. You have to have some knowledge of it. Thirdly, you have to understand that when you start your own business, you don't have a guaranteed salary. So you also have to understand that you're about to make a sacrifice for what comes up ahead if you get successful.